I don't know what it is about this knife, but it's almost like it is a bad luck charm. No! Directly from Pakistan. I leave all of my good memory cards at home, sitting on the desk. I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, what is this? Both of my memory cards, my backup memory cards, corrupted. Is this even steel? Is this even wood? Check out my Damascus. This video is gonna happen, whether you like it or not. Just can't wait to find out. No! So, the other night, I was perusing eBay, and that's usually not a good thing, especially when you have $25 burning a hole in your pocket. And I came across a listing that just grabbed me. It just grabbed me like nothing else that I've ever seen on eBay ever in my entire life, ever before. Hey, hey, follow me low, down. Damascus. Forged Damascus. A forged Damascus knife. $24.99. I couldn't help myself. I had to have it. And here it is. I don't even know where to begin on this thing. So if you've ever wondered what a $24.99 knife from eBay looks like in real life, this is what it looks like. I mean, look at the precision that went into manufacturing this handle. It's just perfect. Nice little inlay there. Look at that. That is just beautiful. Damascus, super functional lanyard tube. I mean, that's like a 16th. It's like a 1 millimeter hole. I want to read to you the description from the eBay listing. This is important. I'm reading it to you exactly how it was written. We'll see if we can get through this. And while I'm reading this, keep an eye on this fantastic, well, it came with a sheath too. Check that out. We'll get into this in a second. I want you to keep an eye on this really fantastic piece of craftsmanship we have on display in front of us here. Word for word. This prestigious, might take me a couple tries, but I'll get it. This prestigious knife would look most impressive in any knife collection. Damascus, oh boy. Damascus blade of the knife is the result of hours and hours of forging. We can do this. Not many custom makers can keep such a pattern of layers upon layers flowing all the way to the edge of the blade, which creates a saw blade effect at microscopic level, comma, allowing the blade to keep cutting while other blades have dulled. Not many custom makers can keep such a pattern of layers upon layers flowing all the way to the edge of the blade, which creates a saw blade effect at microscopic level, allowing the blade to keep cutting while other blades have dulled. That's what it says. Oh, I can do this. This prestigious knife would look most impressive in any knife collection. Damascus blade of knife is the result of hours and hours of forging. Not many custom makers can keep such a pattern of layer flowing all the way to... What we do here is actually dissect this description and really dive down deep into the details of what they're telling us here. This prestigious knife would look most impressive in any knife collection. You tell me. You know, I think that's kind of like one of those things where beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Second sentence, Damascus blade of the knife is the result of hours and hours of forging. We have hours as in hours plural. So at least 4 hours worth of forging. Third sentence, this is going to be the tricky one. Not many custom makers can keep such a pattern of layers upon layers. Second third of the sentence, which creates a saw blade effect at microscopic level. So because incredibly beautiful pattern, we have a microscopic in order to even be able to tell that it's doing anything. Down here on the apex, it's a saw blade-like effect, sawing through cardboard boxes, processing large pieces of meat, if you look at it at a microscopic level. So essentially what they're saying in that incredibly detailed long sentence is that this knife is going to cut a lot longer than other knives will, because of the microscopic cutting action that the saw blade effect has from the Damascus going all the way from the spine. Is it real Damascus? Yes, it is, in fact, real Damascus. This is not painted on, it's not stamped in. It is Damascus. If your definition of Damascus is a pattern welded steel, which technically that is the correct definition of Damascus. It is a pattern welded steel. This knife is in fact a pattern welded steel. From what I understand, this knife probably, or more than likely, 100% of the time, probably is coming from Pakistan. What are you doing? Making Damascus? How'd you learn how to make Damascus? From the Pakistani Guide to Making Damascus I bought off of eBay. Okay, but isn't making Damascus like really hard to do without a forge and like some other specialized tools? No. Tells you right here how to make it. So that drawing there is going to show you how to make Damascus, huh? I think all I have to do now is hit this with the hammer. What are you doing? I don't think I'm hitting it hard enough. I think I got ripped off. So who knows what the heck is in this knife, steel-wise? It could be anything. The only thing that this knife has to, only qualities that this knife has to possess is it has to be two types of steel that forge weld together easily, and it has to be two types of steel, one of which resists the etch better than the other one. That's it. And let's take a look at, handles, fit and finish. I mean, I think it kind of speaks for itself. Like, why is one handle scale like significantly thicker than the other one? Grind lines, their grind lines are way off. Like one grind stops there, the other one stops like a 1/4 inch farther forward. The swedge is rounded. It's multifaceted, let's put it that way. The file work is beautiful. I don't know what they used to put it in, but the burrs from the file work are still there. What are you doing now? Hand file work? Let's take a look at this beautiful finger choil here that's not really big enough to be a finger choil. And it's super, super comfortable looking. Look at the fit and finish on that. I know I'm gonna get the comment that, you know,
hey, you spent $24.99 on a knife. What'd you expect? You know, like, come on, cut it a break. You know, it's a $25 knife, like the fit and finish. You know, complaining about fit and finish.
one word comes to mind, or one brand comes to mind. Actually, a couple of brands come to mind, but the first one that comes to my mind is for $24.99, you can go out and buy yourself one heck of a knife that actually functions as a knife. Let's talk about that. Fit and finish aside, is it sharp? Did it come sharp out of the box? It's not sharp. It actually is the dullest knife
that I have ever seen come out of a box. No joke.
Not only is the fit and finish terrible, it's not even a knife because it's not even going to cut anything. So, I mean, what is it at that point? I know for a fact that every Mora that I've ever bought has come out of the box razor sharp to a point where you could easily shave your face with it and have no complaints if you didn't cut off your ear.
You know?
Does that look awesome? I mean, that is just the coolest thing I've ever seen. Stand back, I've got Damascus. I think that's hand stitched. Using the highest quality jute twine. I'm ecstatic about it. I've never seen anything like this before. So what's happening here is we formed the burr along the entire edge of the knife. The burr was extremely fine. It's one of those extremely fine, like ridiculously tissue paper thin burrs that just flips back and forth like this. Those are the hardest type of burrs to remove, in my opinion. One of the ways that can help you minimize the burr is to take the knife and grab yourself a piece of wood and simply drag the apex of the knife through the wood like that. And sometimes that'll help. A lot of times with those paper thin burrs, it will help remove them. What it ended up doing on this knife is something I've never seen happen before. It destroyed the apex on the knife doing that. Like the apex of the knife just crumbled away into nothing. I don't know what's going on inside of this steel. I mean, I've spent the last maybe 30, I don't even know at this point, 30 to 40 minutes messing around with this thing. And I can't even get it to hardly shave. I can literally take my fingernail, put it right up against the apex and just push the apex away. Just like it crumbles away like it was made, like it was a sand castle, and I was just taking my finger and just chipping away at the sand at the top of the castle. What are you doing now? Sharpening my Damascus? Alright, well. Is this even steel? Spent 24 bucks on this. Now it's up to 39. So you get an even better deal at 39. I like barely tapped it and it just came right off. I think I read in the second part of the description that these were held on with extra super incredibly strong epoxy. Kind of afraid to breathe this. I have no idea what it is. It's probably like asbestos. It like just falls apart. What the heck kind of wood is that? I mean, what kind of wood is this? Is this even wood? Is this even wood? Is this even wood? Is this even wood? What the heck? Is this even wood? Is that wood? I don't think that's wood, guys. Oh my gosh. I don't know what they made this with, but it smells horrible. Let's try and break the tang first. The tang. Anything? Oh my gosh. Okay. So, the tang of the knife is not hardened whatsoever. What's gonna happen? Just can't wait to find out. Don't like it. Oh! This is why you don't buy Damascus for $24.99. The blade was not hardened at all, which is why I was having a little bit of trouble sharpening it. It pretty much just bent and stayed bent. Just as I suspected. It was not hardened, or it was extremely soft. And the eBay seller said in the description that this thing was hardened to 60 HRC. It's like, I mean, wow.
But it's Damascus, man. For $24, what are you going to expect?
Take a look at this. Take a look at that beautiful, beautiful grain structure. Let's bend it again. Oh, it just cracks like right in half. It just completely delaminates. Look at this quality piece of Damascus. How are you going to sharpen that? Like, it's just, it's junk. No! My memory card just corrupted again. I'm going to call it quits for the day. I'm going to go home. Hopefully I can recover the data in the card. So to tell you the truth, guys, I'm actually really surprised with the results of this knife. I had no idea it was going to be this bad, to tell you the truth. I mean, I thought I'd get at least something that would function sort of like a knife. I mean, something that we could put some type of an edge on and, use as a knife. I didn't think it would be to the point where the apex literally crumbled underneath of itself, dragging it through a piece of pine. So today, real quick, because it's like 20 degrees in here, it's cold, as you can probably tell, I want to give you my thoughts on what you should do if you own this knife. And I also want to give you my thoughts on what you should do if you're thinking about purchasing one of these. No! Dude, what are you doing now? Nothing? Look, I've had it with your Damascus stuff. You know what? What are you doing? Nothing?